Hello again folks, this is going to be my third and hopefully final PXP3 mod video. If you haven't seen my previous two videos, in brief summary, the PXP3 has a large number of built-in games, but only some of them are accessible when you power on the device without a cartridge in the slot. And they generally come with two cartridges, and I call them cartridges, they're a non-cartridge. There's basically no electronics inside these, it's just a bare PCB utilising 3 pins, ground and 2 other pins. And when the system powers on, depending on which pin shorted to ground, it will give access to one of an additional 2 menus. So what I did was, in the first video, was modify the cartridge itself to have 2 switches on top, and then in my second video modified the actual console itself utilising the cartridge itself. I basically cut it in half and mounted 2 switches in it, and those were connected to the respective pins on the cartridge slot. So basically you could hold down, when you were turning on the console, if you didn't have any buttons depressed, it would load up the first menu, hold down one button, turn it on, it would give you the second menu, and hold down the other button, turn it on, it would give you the third menu. And yeah, the videos have proven quite popular. And yesterday a chap called Gadgetoid commented on my video, and he's a regular contributor over at Pimoroni. They've got a great channel. If you've not been over there, definitely go and check them out. They do builds and teardowns and various projects, and have a good laugh while they're doing it. So yeah, definitely check them out. But what Gadgetoid had said was they had purchased one to do a video on their channel, and I think they'd possibly seen my first mod video, which gave them sort of cause to investigate. And what do you call it? He said, yeah, good mod, but when the system powers on, the first thing it does is check, is there a cartridge inserted, and then it continues with its boot up sequence. And so his suggestion was that basically there's no requirement to have 2 additional switches when you've got 10 switches, 10 buttons already on the console that could be utilised, when you turn it on, because it's not going to affect it afterwards. So he suggested that there's 4 test points right next to the D-pad, so it'd be quite nice to utilise those for the the cartridge select buttons, as we'll call them. But yeah, I totally agree with that, but I just think possibly it's going to be a bit footery, or not ergonomic, if that makes sense, doing it that way. So I'm going to hopefully try and use, well, possibly these, but ideally use these 2 buttons here, because I just think it's nice. Once you've turned it on, you're playing away, you want to change cartridge, just hold down one button, hit reset, and it'll load up the other menus. So I've got a fresh PXP3 which I've already taken apart, and yeah, I thought we'll just crack on and do the mod. So here's the the 4 test points that Gadgetoid mentioned, and like I say, I'm not really wanting to use these, so I kind of want to use these 2 buttons down here, the start and select. And if you look, if I just get a pointy thing, if you look here, you can see the obviously ground is the bigger trace down here. So we've got a ground there and a ground there, and on the start we can see that is connected, and that trace goes up here just under the speaker wires there. However, the select switch is not connected to anything, so essentially that is a spare button anyway. Now I don't know why that's there. I don't know why they've put it on the board. Why is it not connected to anything? But it's a single-sided board. As you can see, it's all excuse me, surface mount bar this through hole, but it's obviously soldered on top. Yeah, so I don't know why that's there, unless there is potential that they could bodge a wire in to another. I think this is a ROM here with the games on. So there's potential that there's maybe a bodge wire that they can put onto that for a different application. But I think we'll definitely use this, and we'll definitely use a start button, and we'll wire it up and see if that mod works instead of my mod with the two switches. Now I've already removed the cartridge slot off this. If you see my other video, I snipped it. I snipped it on that side, and just the force of me snipping it actually lifted the traces off the PCB. So I just wanted to take that off because it's not going to be required, and basically it gives space for other mods, because the guys the guys at Pimoroni, they've actually modified theirs to have a larger battery as well, and I think they just put like a JST connector on in place of the this sort of spring-loaded edge connector. So yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and do this mod. So the two pins that get pulled to ground are these two here. That's the two different cartridges, and when those are connected to ground, it gives you the relevant games menu. So all we're going to do is turn these up. I've already have partially turned them when I was taking this off, but we'll basically solder Kainar wire down to these two test pads, or not test points, but yeah, these two pads down in the start and select menus. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll just zoom in slightly, and yeah, we'll crack on. Excuse me. So we will just apply some solder to the 2 points up here, and similarly on the two buttons. Simple as that. And I've already prepped a couple of bits of Kainar. Excuse me. So we'll just simply heat up the dot of solder we've just put on and place our Kainar into it. And it doesn't matter which one of these two it goes to. We'll just put it to the bottom one there. Hopefully you can see that my head's not in the way. It's jumping out of the way. There we go, there's one. And we'll do the second one now. I think I'll come in from the top on this one. And we'll just bring that round there onto the other pad up here. And there we go. So I just want to add a touch more solder to this one because it's not perfect. There we go, that's better. Yeah, and those will do there. Okay, right, so I just use my screwdriver to gently ease that out of the way of the hole, because that's a screw hole and I don't want to trap the wire. And I think oops, that's not good. It's because it's solid core Kainar. It's sometimes a bit you know, if you flex it about too much, it will just pop off. So we'll just reapply some heat and then re-secure that. Perfect. So yeah, I think if we bring that down this way, and then it's out of the way of the connector there. I have pre-cut some Kapton tape just to hold that down. I've lost my other piece, so just bear with me. go, and we'll just take that down there, taking care not to obviously cover the other connectors, not connectors, pads for the buttons. And yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Just maybe give it another small piece along here, just for extra security. So that's our mod done then. So as you can see, we've got our 2 test points here. So this triangular arrangement is the top and the left hand pin, and those are coming down to the select and start, the upper pads on those 2 buttons. So what I'm going to do now is, just to speed the video up a bit, is I will stop the video, pause the video, I'll reassemble it, and then we'll turn the video back on for the test fire up of it and see if the mod works. So I'll see you in a minute. Right folks, welcome back. Right, that's it all assembled. I promise you I've not tried it, so you're going to see if it works at the same time as me, so fingers crossed I don't look like an idiot. But yeah, let's crack on and give it a whirl. So stick the battery in, and yeah, put the cover back on. You can see there's now a big empty hole in there, which is going to be perfect for a bigger battery if we just cut this plastic out. But yeah, that's for another day. I think Gadgetoid said, you know, maybe get a 3D printed blanking plate to fit in there, you know. So yeah, I don't have a 3D printer, but yeah, if I did, I'd do that. So if anybody wants to donate one for me to review, it will be gratefully received. Anyway, right, let's try this and see if it works. So we'll turn it on, and then we can see, as per normal, Zuma bubbles at the top. So that's the first menu. And don't cry for me, Argentina, again. So if we hold down select and then press reset, hopefully, yep, Samurai Showdown. And as you can see, select doesn't actually do anything. And we'll just actually prove that start works. Yep, so it's come up Sega. Yep, happy days. And so the next thing is to hold down start and then press reset, and hopefully, yeah, we get our third menu. Fantastic. And then if we press reset, obviously we'll just go down to the first menu. So bit of cannon fodder. Yeah, so big thanks goes out to Gadgetoid and the guys over at Pimoroni for pointing out that great little mod. And yeah, nice simple mod, much easier to be honest than the one I did, but yeah, I suppose they were both effective. They both did what we wanted to achieve. So yeah, grand. I hope you found that interesting, useful, or just, you know, giving you a bit of inspiration to do or try the mod yourself. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And as I said at the beginning of the video, please go and check out Pimoroni on YouTube and Pimoroni.com, that brilliant UK web-based maker store. Yeah, all the best, and I'll see you soon for another video. Take care.